We thought that it was really important to try and document some of the stories of life in this building over the years, and Bob this morning talks about when he actually came here before this building was here, when it was actually the school building. And most of you would know that the hall at the RSL Hall is the original Millers School, CWA Hall, sorry, is the original Millers School, and that was moved up the hill, quite a few years ago now. Reading the newspaper articles, it took, from my understanding, about 18 years for this community to raise the money and get funding as well of community, as well as community funds to build this building. So it's it's a bit sad to see it go, and but unfortunately that's what's going to happen at this point in time.
And to me, reading the article and seeing the effort that people invested to get something that they needed is heartwarming.
So the idea is to call your memories of bringing your children here, and Jane, who worked here for quite a while as well, has got some stories to share. So Jane, do you want to talk about your time here?
Well, I came to Denmark in November 1976. I applied to the Shire to use the rectory as a doctor's surgery, but they weren't keen on it because of the parking. So they offered me this for a reasonable rent. So my practice was always, I worked Monday, Wednesdays, Friday mornings in those days, or maybe all day, but never Wednesday afternoons, because that's when the infant health system. So I would move out and she would move in.
Yes, and Jane started using it.
The doctor,
she a couple of 2 or 3 days a week, did she say, when she was here the other day? 2 or 3 days a week, and she had to be out the day that the infant health
clinic was on.
So they worked around it.
Yes. Yeah, because we thought it was a good idea that they let Jane use it, because we had another doctor in town which we needed, and she had no surgery at the time, so it was a good idea for Jane to use it.
My name's Lorraine Bellis, and I am the child health nurse in Denmark, one of them now, but I used to be the only one, and I started that role in 1996 when I moved down here from Port Hedland. So you're not just screening children, it's a family unit, so it's not just the child you're doing, it's the mum and the dad and the siblings. And
did you mainly see mums or dads come as well?
See more dads now, but when I first started, more mums.
Yeah, it was just mum's thing, huh?
Yeah.
Mums and babies.
Yeah.
Well, when we had our babies, the dads would throw us in the door in the case after us, and we never saw the dad again until after the baby was born. And nowadays, the dads are right in the birth. So it was all different in those days, wasn't it?
I sent my husband home.
Well, Jim couldn't get going fast enough.
The second one, Jeff was there, and I
to get out of here.
The labour looked like going on for quite a while, so I said, "I'll go home." Didn't feel like having company.
No, I never saw him come to clinic. I never saw a dad at clinic. No, I never saw a dad at clinic.
You've got lots of fly in, fly out people now, so you get dads who are off and they want to come in because they're home when that developmental check is due. So normally the midwife would be going in there up to 5-6 days, and then we would take over from there.
When I was coming with my first child, my daughter, one day Sister Leonard said she'd like to have a baby to bath here, because the group from probably the year 10s at school, the girls were doing a mothercraft courses, and so she looked at me and she said, "Would you bring Fleur?" And I said, "Oh yes." And she said, when I came, she said, "She's a little bit older than I would have usually had a baby to do the bath." But she said, "I knew she would play up to the girls around her." She was right. I don't know whether the girls enjoyed it, they seemed to, but the baby certainly did. She would have been about 6-7 months old at that stage.
There was a very friendly atmosphere, And I think the clinic sister came, she never lived locally. They had to travel. Our clinic sister was a Sister Leonard. Did you have Sister Leonard?
Yes, she was lovely.
And she was lovely.
Such a nice person.
But she wasn't a local lady. She must have come from Albany or Mount Barker, I guess.
Well, I know Helen Lang was a child health nurse there, and Helen Clark was a child health nurse there, and then I have been a child health nurse there.
So who was the last nurse to be there?
In there, me.
There we go.
But I think there was a lack of a clinic sister here at some stage. I don't know for how long, but I really don't know. But as far as remembering the names of the clinic sisters that were here, I have no idea. I know there was one very elderly lady that she had a terrible bedside manner. Don't know what her name was, I wouldn't have a clue now. She used to make the kids cry, and she just about made me cry a few times too, because she was very dominating. Not a good bedside manner probably for kids or mums either, but after the clinic closed and the doctor was practising out of there, I spent more time in there then at the doctor's.
Mentioned in the
And at that stage they were still using it as a clinic building too.